Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we have such an awesome video. I'm so excited to go through this and show you guys what I've been working on and what's going to be a very crucial element to the evolution of the EpicCW brand. Today, this is EpicCW.net. You might have seen the hat a few times in a video here or there, but I'm trying to keep it kind of low key. Of course, if you've followed me on Twitter, X, whatever, there is an increase in different content, right? There's been an increase in posting articles and that type of thing. So that's a tie-in to this website. And recently I've got EpicCW as a brand to actually be an LLC. So I was waiting for that to be finalized, and then I decided to finish up a few things on the website. So EpicCW LLC is a thing. So this is our official website, EpicCW.net. So this is the homepage when you first show up. Got some pictures that I took throughout it and some quotes. I felt like this is a good one for the start of the website. Once something is a passion, the motivation is there. I felt like that was just a good quote with the water here. And that's pretty much just the homepage. There's not really anything else to it. Of course, you can sign up for emails. So if you want to get an email from me, you can sign up. And we'll just get a few of the links down here to other sites. So first up, we're going to go to the racing tab. This is just pretty much standings for Formula One and NASCAR. I thought it'd be kind of fun to include that. So here is the standings. So it will also say when they last were updated. So for Formula One, it was the Chinese Grand Prix Sprint, and the Cup Series was Texas. So I don't have any other racing series on here. I was considering maybe do Xfinity for NASCAR, maybe Truck Series. But for now, we're just going to do F1, both driver and constructors, and the NASCAR Cup Series. So there is that. And then again, just has these at the bottom. So this carries to every single page. Here we have articles. Now, at the time the website will officially launch, it's the same as the time this video goes out. So there's actually one more article that will pop up here. So everything's set to go all out at the same time. So I'm very excited about that. But through here are some of the articles that I wrote, or every article I wrote, which you can read here on the website, or you can read on X. They're on there on my page. So we got, different topics, many different things. First, we start with IndyCar, which is a very weird thing to start with, but it was the $1 million challenge at the Thermal Club. So I wanted to just discuss that race. This here was an article that went out on the day that I hit 12 years on my YouTube channel. So I kind of went through the journey of that. And then this is after Richmond. I was like, we got to cut down on some of these duplicate tracks. So I went through that and some of the other issues NASCAR's had, including the next gen car at short tracks. This here is when Wen and I had a kind of meltdown, or Wen had a meltdown, and I just kind of responded to it in the comment section of one of our recent race playlist videos. And that's kind of, the end of, I'd say the end of our friendship. We haven't really talked since that happened. And then most recently, Formula One American mistakes. I've kind of went through F1's push to become popular in America and the way that they've sort of gone through and made a lot of mistakes that have hurt the popularity they're trying to gain in America. Whether that be doing races that are purely for spectacle and glamour events instead of focusing on racing, getting people interested in the racing. It's how can we make it a spectacle, but then it also costs so much money to go to. So having more traditional tracks is what they should focus on instead of doing 10 different street circuits like they're considering. The other part of that is not allowing Andretti in, and how that was just such a mistake to say, no, we're good to Andretti. And now their push just completely blocked them out forever. So that was that. Go over here to videos. We have more quotes. So this is the best thing you have to offer the world yourself. You don't have to copy anyone else. If you do, your second best to achieve success is to be first, and that's being yourself. So there's that. This is basically just a area that's compiled all the videos recently that I've made. I can't go through and put every single video from 12 years of making YouTube videos on here, but it does pretty much just link to the video. So if we click this, hypothetically, website may be a bit slow. I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm using a hotspot from my phone. So the videos are going to play right here on the website. It happens to be the same location. Okay, that's cool. So we go back to videos. I didn't realize that when I did that. So yeah, every video that I made, at least in the last few months, should be here. And then I just went through and I added a few extra videos that I kind of thought would just be cool to include as we go further down. So I think pretty much from about... Where did I start with? Started with this. So pretty much everything from here on up is all content that I made when the websites existed. And then everything down here is kind of... A few things has been added in here or there. So not everything's on here, of course, that I've done. We don't really have that many. We've got a few diecast reviews, things like that. But it's not really a main focus to put the videos on here. But just want to have a few that I like. Now, down here is where it gets real interesting. Now, if you guys have followed my content for any period of time, the GTA race playlist is a very important element to the channel and to the brand. It's been something that I've done since 2016, with Wen as a host for 120 episodes, and now we have a new host, Jonathan, who's been in it for 5 episodes. So done 225. What did I say? When did I say 100? 200. 220 for Wen, and then 5 for Jonathan. So they've both been, in this racing series. Basically, it's me against one of them. And, it was something that I started again in 2016 with Wen. We did it 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2022, 23. So that's pretty much how it's gone. But there's never been a place where anybody can access the data or stats or anything from it. I have it on my phone. It's all right here. I mean, if I open my phone up, boom, press this, and then if I go right here, got the whole list right there. I can go through and it's got every single thing that I need. But there's never been a place where anybody could see a whole compiled list of everything. So we got the stats over here, wins by episode. Again, that is updated as we go through. So, we will continuously update it. As you can see here, we have the most recent episode. It actually goes out same as that time this video goes out. So, that's there. And we have all the titles just from this year. If I put all the titles forever, 225 episodes would just scroll super, super far. I used AI to actually summarize the rules because I just felt like, the rules note is very, very long. So I wanted to go and sort of simplify it in a way that really makes sense. And the Racing Masters is also a series that Wen and I did together. So that's there. And then Solo Racing Masters was something I was doing for a few episodes myself. So that is on here. We also have stats for the playlist specials. So, again, there are other records. There are a lot of individual things of who led the most laps, who won the most races, who, got the least points in an episode. But all that's not included here. But, again, I just want to have a spot where some of the stuff for the race playlist could be accessible for people to see. Other things that I've had interest in that I haven't really ever gone over, right? On my time making content. I've never really gone into discussing music per se, right? Music's something that I'm interested in. A few videos, especially in like 2022. I had a lot of music like in the background. I had some albums that I just switched out in the back of the video. There'd be something like this. It'd just be off to the side in the background. But that's pretty much the extent of it, right? There wasn't really ever a bigger discussion. I mentioned the music that I like to listen to a little bit, but I never really just like got to dive into it. So on this website, we're gonna have a section dedicated to music. So every month, I'm gonna launch the 10 songs, which doesn't have to be like new songs, because none of these are new songs. But I just kind of, went through and picked 10 songs that I thought would be cool to have for this year, or this month. So, as you can see, April 1st. Again, a lot of the stuff I had wrote or made or designed as the website went along. So, the April 2024 songs, people only get to listen or get to look at for, a few days. But, I made the stuff and had it all prepped. And then down here, just a little bit more of a dive into what we're doing. So that's what we have there. So again, it's kind of cool to look through it again. There's going to be a lot of country songs, to be honest. But, yeah. Food. Now, these are things that I've either cooked or just tried or had. I could add more to it. This is kind of like the category I kind of forgot to really mess with. Or don't forget, but it didn't get as much focus compared to, be honest, like these three categories are going to be built up, right? Music, food, photography. I really focused a lot on articles, videos, shop. Like those are the three spots I was really, really focused on. But yeah, this is food that I made. Hopefully the pictures don't look too nasty. But again, I want to do either food that I've made, or we had the Let Him Cook series for a while, where I maybe like go back and write a little bit about what I made in the Let Him Cook videos. Again, I want to get those posted on X, so once I'm not at this location, at my brother's apartment where there's no Wi-Fi, once I'm gone from here for the, once I leave for the weekend, I will upload some of those things to X, and then I'll be able to start writing articles on it. But I kind of want everything to sort of flow together, right? So I didn't get a chance before I left my house to upload that all. So, because scheduling it's easy. But the upload process takes a while. This video that I'm doing now is probably going to take all day to upload. But, whatever. But again, I want to do more focus on that, or if I go into a restaurant, what food I had there, or get something I cooked at home. Because these are very similar things. I made a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich one day, and then this year I was super hungry after I came home from work one day, and I just said, I'm cooking these hamburgers right now. Again, normally when it comes to hamburgers, my dad just puts them on the grill because he is grilling other stuff. Might as well just grill the hamburgers. So I don't typically end up cooking hamburgers. So, put them in a pan, cooked it up. But yeah, that's that. Photography, we go to this tab. And we got more quotes. Another day, another opportunity to prove everyone who doubts you wrong. And a lot of people say they want to be great, but they're not willing to make the sacrifice necessary to achieve greatness. They have other concerns, whether important or not. They spread themselves out. That's totally fine. After all, greatness is not for everybody. I think for me, that's something that I strive to be great and be successful. So I think having those quotes at the website really kind of is a reflection of that. So that's why you have a lot of those types of quotes on this website. So I got two categories of pictures I've taken. We got the moon and we got sunsets. So the moon, there's plenty of different ones here that I've taken over the last few years. This one's really cool. I wish you could zoom in on them, but it's kind of just like in this portfolio. A lot of them I take at work. This one, this one, this one. think maybe this one. I don't know. There's like 4 or 5 that I just got from work here. And then for sunsets, again, there's just a few different sunset photos. We got a good amount. I was hoping to get more sunset photos during this week, but it's just been rainy all day. I mean, I want to get a few more water shots like this, but I haven't seen this, which is, kind of unfortunate, but is whatever. I mean, very cool shots here for sure. So, next we head to the shop category. And I kind of like how each page has its own different vibe at the top. Right, I mean, videos, it's got this going on. Music and food doesn't have one. Photography has just a picture. And then the shop has this. So each page is a little bit different. But again, I wanted to go with blue because it's part of the logo. And orange because it's my favorite color. So on the shop, there are multiple different items. So the nice thing about the way this works, essentially, is that everything that's on here... Oh, I didn't go with the quote. Follow the same path as everyone else. You're just going to be like everyone else. The way that this shop works is it goes through a company called Printful. So, essentially, I've designed everything, and then if you go on here and buy it, they will then produce it and ship it to you. So that way, not all this stuff is just going to be kept as inventory. So it's basically to order. So if 10 people buy this hat, 10 get made. So that's sort of the way it works, and I think that that's a good idea because, again, you can design way more stuff, right? If I had to keep all the stuff as inventory and ship out, I wouldn't have any of it, right? That would just be so expensive and so difficult to do. But this here, I can just say, somebody wants a hat? Cool, buy the hat. So let's just look at what we have here. First, of course, is the EpiCW.net hat like I'm wearing now. Again, it's got that, and the back has the logo. Pretty simple, but I kind of like the simplicity of it. This one here is the same exact hat that I'm wearing now, but it's launch day, and you get it in pink. So, launch day says 2024 on the side, and launch day edition. Also, the EpicCW.net text is bigger. So, each one comes a little bit of detail, and this hat is only going to be available until May 21st. So, basically, I'm trying to have the launch day edition just be a 1-month exclusive. Over here is the logo hat. So, it has the channel logo and then EpicCW.net. Why am I struggling with that? On the side. This here is a 5-panel camo hat with the logo on the front and the number 64 on the back, which if you've seen some of the racing content, that's typically the number that I go with. Then we have a beanie. People like beanies. I'm not a fan of beanies, but I wanted to have one on here. We got some logo shirts. All of them are pretty much the same. Do these not say EpiCW.net on the back? No, okay. Well, we have this one here, just a logo shirt. And then we have a women and youth size as well. I think the youth size has a few different colors. Kids like colorful t-shirts, right? Yeah, look at that. They got some blue, purplish, and a yellow. I'm assuming that kids like different color t-shirts. I would just go with like black for every color. So that's why most of the stuff on here is just black. We got a logo hoodie. Again, just the logo with EpicCW.net on the back. And then we have a quarter zip pullover. This is actually an Adidas jacket, so that's cool. Then we get to the Incheon collection. Incheon is my cat. So, I'm very happy with the Incheon collection. I love it. So this is a little hat. It's just his picture on it. He was laying on his back on the carpet. And again, like it says here, who doesn't love a tuxedo cat hat? It says Incheon there. And then it has EpicCW.net and the logo there. And you can also get it in pink. Really makes him pop out a little bit more. I love it. I love the Incheon hat. There really isn't just a... I guess you guys go back arrow, huh? Yeah. Okay. Thought it would just say back at the top of the page. Again, this is the Incheon t-shirt. We got the women's and youth style again. This is like a little design I made of him. It's him stacked 3 times. This is Incheon with like little flowers in the back. So there's that. Then we have the Inchon and Friends t-shirt, which I was kind of just messing around with AI to design this, and it's him laying on his back again, but it's an AI image of Tuxedo Cats. So that's pretty much it for that shirt. Other things, let's see. We also have that first Inchon design on a hoodie and a women's crop hoodie. And then we have a basketball jersey with Inchon on it. And number 64 on the back. So that's pretty cool. If anybody buys this, please send me a picture of you playing basketball with that. Further down, we have the Hopium and Copium podcast. It's a future podcast coming up. Not launched yet, but working on it. Hopium and Copium podcast hat, shirt, and also a limited edition. This is kind of something I can just like mess around and make whatever the hell I want as a design. Yeah, so as it says here, don't you just hate when a random person at work you don't even know starts to remember you being led on by your future podcast co-host? Well, that's exactly what happened. So I did what I've always dreamed of doing, and I made a t-shirt because I found something funny. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, if anybody wants to know the story on that, we forgot to mention it in a race post, to be fair. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Also, I'm running for president 2036, anybody didn't know. So there's also presidential merch here. We got a hat and a shirt. We got an embroidered patch with a logo, and epicw.net. You also got the World of EPCW set of pins and a tote bag. We also have a Camelback bottle with the channel logo, or company logo, I guess now. Next, we go into the brands tab. This is the newest page that I've just made. After all, greatness is not for everybody, which I believe is part of what we have here. Yes. So it's kind of an extension of that quote, but brands of EPCW. So there's three there's EPCW and then there's two brands connected to it. So first we have EPCW, which is this, what you're watching. But it represents two different areas, basically. Some things say EPCW, some say EPCW 47. The brand used to just be EPCW 47. Got rid of the 47, obviously cleaned it up a little bit. But essentially there's two different aspects that you'll see. So if you see this logo, that means that it's EPCW brand overall. If you see this picture, it's more personal page, which is still represented, of course, by EPCW brand, and kind of goes under the same name, just because I don't have my own thing for it, because EPCW is what I always used. So, kind of the differentiating factor. I guess the only thing that really kind of blends the line between that is my Twitter, X, that kind of does both. So, yeah, but that's pretty much the only one that's between it. But again, these two represent a little different. This is more personal. This is more the brand. Next, we have Handmade by Hope, which is actually what this bracelet is. So, check it out. We did a video on it. So, Hope is a friend of mine. So, she said, hey, I'm making some bracelets. And a lot of the thing that was actually interesting was I have always sort of wanted to make a brand doing, different things, right? And one day we were at work and I think we had to put away some drywall stuff in a bag, super nasty. And I was like, this is terrible, right? When you're working with all that sort of stuff, it's kind of nasty. Not fun. So I said to her, I'm like, we should do, whatever, do some sort of business. And I went through some of the ideas that I have, which are future down the line ideas. And that kind of, was a spot where it started as, let's do something together, right? Let's make a brand of something together. So, that was part of it. And then I think like a week or two later, she said, hey, I'm making some bracelets. And I was like, that's super cool. Let's, promote that part of XW brand, have it be in that aspect, right? So that's where that started from. Which, funny enough, Hope is the person that apparently I'm being led on by, which I don't understand. How someone started that rumor, no idea, but it was funny. Um, yeah, because she has a boyfriend, so that'd be kind of weird if she was doing that. And again, we're just, out here making high quality content. You can be friends with people. God damn. Uh, by the way, this is again, the bracelets is the main thing. And again, there'll be other things, down the line that she'll be involved with the XW brand. But starting now is her own brand of Handmade by Hope. And then we have the Shredder brand. So this is kind of a potential logo, kind of working with. Depends on how things go, essentially. But of course, this is Shredder. It's Jonathan, who I was talking about earlier in the GTA Online race playlist. And, he's got his own YouTube channel going, which again started with similar origins of my channel. Just post some videos, have some fun. And it's kind of interesting to watch the evolution of how he's doing content, right? Because we haven't really dived into it that much, right? It's been a little bit more post a few videos together, whatever. To see the differences and see where he's at on content definitely reminds me of, like, I guess kind of the way I was doing content years ago, right? I think that there's a little less structure and format to it, which is kind of cool to say I want to post something. I like it. So that's why I said it has that origin, right? It's not like my channel is very specific. Or the XW channel is very specific. This video goes out this time, this time, this time, this time. These shorts go out these days. These videos always go out on this date. And it seems like from watching his, sort of a little bit more all over the place, which is cool. I like it. So, of course, there'll be an evolution of that, and we can, work together. That's also at an early stage of development, right? There'll be a point where we work together more on stuff, or the brand's able to promote it more, right? XW as a multimedia brand, promoting it more, I think just overall will help with it. But again, I love where you started with this content. I think it's very cool. This logo is kind of a temporary or potential logo. But yeah, Shredder content. Very cool. So make sure you check that out. And then actually the links to both Handmade by Hope and Shredder YouTube are down here. Handmade by Hope will lead you to Instagram. Right here. It will lead you right to this page. And Shredder on YouTube will take you right here to the channel. So both of those links are down there. And of course, this takes you to my channel. And this takes you to this. Which again, that's what I was saying. It's a mix between being personal and non-personal content. This is the about area. We're not going to dive into it too much. We're not going to read through it all. You can come here and check it out. Basically, it explains the evolution of the channel from within evolution of XW, starting as a name that I picked for an email back when I was 11, all the way to what it is now, writing articles and launching the website, and making videos talking about sports topics and the ideas of the brand for the future. So all that right there. Of course, a cool picture of me. I think you got to have a picture of yourself somewhere on your website, right? And that's pretty much the website. This here again, same as the link at the bottom. This will just take you to this page. And then this is actually where you can set up an account. So if you want to have an account on here, manage some of your purchases, that sort of stuff. That is that. So, yeah, right there. So, that is that. And then, of course, you do have your shopping cart where you can see what you've added to your cart. But that is the website. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And we'll see you guys in the next one.